Welcome back to YouTube News of the Month, where I tell you a few big things that happened on YouTube this month. And this month, it is February. First of all, we have some more news revolving around Markiplier's film, Iron Lung. I talked about this at the end of my last YouTube News of the Month video, but basically, if you didn't know, Markiplier made a movie called Iron Lung. It's an indie movie created by him and also distributed by him. And this month, something weird happened. Iron Lung was suddenly removed from a bunch of box office chart websites, or maybe it was just one website that was like super popular, but nonetheless, it was weird that Iron Lung just disappeared from the list. This happened at the very beginning of this month, with even Markiplier talking about it and really confused on why it just disappeared. But then it did come back shortly after, and they said that it disappeared because of a glitch. Many people think that Hollywood is mad that an indie film is doing well and don't really believe that it was caused by a glitch. They think it was intentionally removed. But yeah, it was added back. But unfortunately, it was passed by Send Help. Send Help was another horror movie that was released on the same day. It makes sense since Send Help is a much bigger film, but that doesn't mean Iron Lung wasn't successful. It had a budget of around $3 or $4 million, and it made around $50 million in the box office. Iron Lung is a huge success for indie films, and I'm really happy that Markiplier's passion did so well. But something that didn't go well is Tubbo getting swatted. He posted this video right here where he explains that he got swatted in a live stream. He was at like a bar with some friends when suddenly a bunch of police officers came in, and they were all kicked out of the bar, and one of his friends literally got arrested. Apparently, this was someone calling the police with a prank call saying that one of their friends had like a knife and drugs, and that was the guy who got arrested. But they realized that this was a misunderstanding, and they were all let go. But yeah, still like a frightening situation, and I recommend Tubbo's video if you want to learn more about it. He says it a lot better than I did. Mine was just a quick recap. But yeah, once he got kicked out of the bar, he ended the live stream, but then everything was figured out and everything was okay. Going into some more bad news though, it revolves around Adobe Animate. This was a big thing that happened this month because Adobe announced that they were basically shutting down Adobe Animate. They were gonna stop supporting it, and I believe like in a few years it was going to be literally unusable, which is insane because it's such a big application that many professionally use. Like I believe it's literally used to make Teen Titans Go. Alan Becker uses it. There's a bunch more examples, but this announcement that they were shutting Adobe Animate down was insane, and the backlash on the internet was huge. So much so that I believe around 24 hours later, Adobe reversed their decision to completely shut it down. Unfortunately, it is going into like maintenance mode, basically meaning that they're not going to be updating it in the future, but it's still going to be maintained. However, people were still mad about the situation, especially since Adobe probably did it to focus on AI stuff. But even though they reversed the decision for the most part, people were still deciding to look for alternatives. And that is where we finally get into this YouTube news, because after over 2 years of not posting a video, TimTom came back and posted this video right here, where he talks about the Adobe Animate situation, and he announced that he's going to be launching his own animation application, and it's called SailBrush. I highly recommend watching his video to learn more. Anyways, next we have Steak with this video right here. He's not leaving YouTube, he's just saying goodbye to his house as he is moving. And next we got some big drama, and that revolves around Dream drama in 2026. I recommend researching it to learn more about the situation, or situations. Seems like there's multiple, because it's kind of all over the place, but the main one seems to be that they found out that like 5 years ago in MCC, Dream was like cheating in the parkour section because he kept jumping off the blocks at like a perfect frame. So people think that he used cheats to do that, and I believe there were also some accusations that he was using like aimbot in PvP. I think. I don't know. Dream drama is so, what are we doing? Speaking about cheating, Markiplier actually admitted to cheating. So I talked about this a couple videos ago in this video right here for YouTube News of the Month, because The Bones 5 uploaded this video right here where he found evidence that Markiplier probably cheated in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 like around a decade ago, I believe, and many people really didn't care. And this month on the Distractable podcast, in this episode right here, Markiplier actually admits that yeah, he probably did. I think he saw the drama and even like the video recommended to him. But yeah, once again, the community really doesn't care. It was like a decade ago, and if this is Markiplier's like biggest drama, then that just shows how like uncontroversial he is. But getting into some more Markiplier news, I want to talk about this live stream right here where he played Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. It seems that a lot of people have like mixed opinions on this chapter, but Markiplier really did not like it, and his review at the end was kind of him crashing out about the game, and this went viral, and many agreed that his thoughts were valid. Markiplier did admit that he was angry at the time of recording, but he also says that if he wasn't, he would still be saying the same criticism, but just nicer. Next, we have Slime E101 posting this video right here, basically talking about how you can use audio tracks and basically make the the video even longer. So you can have like the main track, let's say for example English, where you give like your main audio that goes with the video, but then you can also upload another audio track using like Klingon, which is a fictional language from Star Trek, by the way. So if you watch the video in English, you'll hear it normally, but then if you restart the video and go to the Klingon audio track, you will hear the other audio that was uploaded to the video. So you can basically make it like twice as long, and people found that you didn't just need to use Klingon, you can basically just use like any other language and upload like a separate audio track to that language. And yeah, this idea blew up and a bunch of people started using it and making like videos on the Discovery. I feel like it didn't really explain it that well, so I do recommend checking out Slime E's video. Anyways, next we have Blackpink reaching 100 million subscribers, and something else is that the channel Double Date got deleted. I believe this was a collaboration between two channels. If you want to learn more, Timeworks made this video on it where he goes in detail about the situation. Because yeah, it's kind of weird, the channel Double Date had like 30 million subscribers, and then boom, the creators took it down, and the reason isn't really known. Anyways, moving on, Mr. Beast's show Beast Games came to an end this month, and yeah, I still think people have mixed opinions on it, but I think that people agreed that season 2 was like slightly better than season 1. I don't know, it's kind of subjective, but yeah, season 2 did end this month. And finally, I want to talk about Kane Pixels. If you don't know, he made the very viral Backrooms series, not the concept of Backrooms, that was around beforehand. The Kane Pixels basically saw the Backrooms, the creepypasta horror, and made like a video on it, and that became like a whole series, and it became viral. But he has been developing a Backrooms movie, and this month the trailer came out. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. But anyways, my name's Trevor, and that's going to wrap up today's video. Do be sure to leave a like and subscribe, but only if you want to. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.